Hey family. Today, I'm going to explain to you why you don't need a breakthrough. What you need is a build-up. Hear me out. So, if you know the concept of compound interest, I'm saying it's very similar on an emotional level and a decision and habits level. Small decisions stack, and eventually they become the foundation. And next thing you know, you've built a home, and life is grand because you set yourself up for success with every little tiny decision you made. You don't need a whole overhaul of your life. You don't need to change everything right now. You need to make one tiny decision today. If you think about it, our habits are probably one of the most influential things when it comes to our progress and our success. And what I call the taking the extra minute. Yes, I could once a week clean the house and, the rest of the week be overwhelmed by the clutter, because actually it has been found that clutter increases your cortisol. No wonder we feel antsy. Still working on that minimalist lifestyle. But if you think about taking that extra minute to wash your dish and put it in the dishwasher, or to pick up your book and put it back on the shelf when you're done with it, you're doing that for your future self so that they can just have a wonderful environment to be in. We want that for her. So the 1%, the 1 minute, think about all of those 1 minutes adding up, and think about how easy it is to make that small decision versus I'm going to change my whole career. Let's go. I'm not happy with how things are. It's baby steps. Baby steps heal you. Whether it's those micro habits that you can tie on to pre-existing habits, or that you can directly contrast with them if you so choose. A little bit at a time. You want to wake up earlier? Do 10 minutes earlier every day and show yourself, you're here for the progress. Because if you suddenly start to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, odds are you're going to have an issue and probably not stick to that. And every time you don't stick to something, your word that you gave to yourself that you're going to do something, man, no wonder we're struggling with confidence. If you can't even trust yourself to do what you said you were going to do, think about that. And it's something that I work on too, because if somebody asks something of me, or I could do something for someone, I am all over it, and I will never break a promise. But then when it comes to myself, it's like, oh, I can let that go. Oh, I can sleep a little more. Oh, I can eat that just for today. But shouldn't we be treating ourselves with the utmost respect? Especially when it comes to our word, our promises to ourselves. There's no way to trust yourself if you're not following through on all of the things you said you would do. So the entire base of confidence is building that trust with yourself, making small promises, showing yourself that you can keep them, and turning that repetition into an identity change. It doesn't have to be full-on bursts of willpower. You don't need to change overnight. You can definitely make it clear that you're working on changing. I think the people in your life would appreciate that. And I think that you should recognize that every day. Because it's easy to beat yourself up, but it's also easy to instead say, I'm working on it. I'm growing. Something is something. It's not all or nothing. And I'm getting better every day. That's our slogan. So these small actions can be such powerful agents of change. And it all comes back to the baby steps. Even if you were too overwhelmed to change all of these micro habits at once, if you chose one a month, one a week, you will be amazed by the end of the year how different you are. Even more amazed if you journaled and can fully see that difference by looking back. It's powerful. It's amazing. And all you have is gratitude to your past self as your future self. So even feel that gratitude in advance. Imagine being your future self and being so grateful that your present past self did all of these things, exercised and ate well and contributed to your purpose. And now we're here. And be proud. Be proud of every little thing you do, because that's only going to make you want to do more. So babies can teach us a lot, aside from how small their steps are. Hold on. Oh my goodness. That is so good. It's like a licorice-y moment. Throat Coat by Traditional Medicinal. That's nice. And our quote is, "One touch of nature makes the whole world kin." William Shakespeare. Good old Billy Shakes. I actually love that. I fully agree. I love being in nature, and it's one of those times where I feel the most at peace, and life is just simpler, you know? Anyways, babies. If you look at a baby and how many emotional ups and downs they go throughout the day, wow. But what I'm proud of them for is feeling their feelings and letting it all out. When did it become that we all of us collectively think that a good life is the avoidance of negative emotions, or so-called negative emotions? Those are labels we made up. Okay? Sometimes when I'm achingly sad for somebody else, and it's this deep empathy, and it's worse than my own pain because it's somebody I care about's pain. What a blessing. What a blessing, first, to feel the full spectrum of human emotion. You can't feel one without the other, really. You can't know what happiness is without sadness, and you can't know peace without knowing both of those things. And chaos. Okay? So when you're in those moments, embrace them. Embrace them as opportunities to let it all out, because we keep stuff in. And it does contribute to health issues. I can tell you that I have observed in those people that bottle up their emotions or hold on to grudges or don't let go of things, cancer is the biggest thing I see. And it's horrible, but it's your body telling you that it can't hold on to these things. We're meant to feel it and let it through. And that's something I still work on, of course. But when an emotion comes up, here's what you do. I recognize sadness. And I'm willing to feel it and to let it go through me. So I'm just going to breathe through the sadness. And I'll imagine it leaving in my exhales. So don't avoid the feelings or the causes of the feelings. Let them through you. It's a heck of a lot nicer to do it once than to live every day subconsciously tortured. And once again, it's a habit. And it's something that you have to practice and build upon. And it starts with the little things, like somebody cuts you off in traffic. I'm feeling anger. What good does it do, though? I'm just gonna let that through. Just gonna let that through. What do they say? Holding a grudge is like taking poison and expecting you to die, or something like that. It's so true. Forgive for your sake. Move the heck on forward, because you deserve to live in peace. And if you love yourself and you're working on loving yourself, that becomes evident and easy. So, you gotta like that anise flavor though, but I sure do. Yeah. So, babies. I was saying the other day that the one thing that we shouldn't take from babies is that they ain't got no gratitude. Like, what? We literally do everything for you and you're out here not appreciating it. So don't be like babies in that regard. Work to appreciate every little thing from yourself and from others. And in every moment, like, to cultivate a sense of awe and to take a moment to like let that build for yourself. What a gift. The gift. You can sit outside and be like, God darn, these birds are so annoying. Or you can be like, my goodness, they're singing for me. It's all perspective and it's all a choice. And it's all about changing that second thought, because your first thought is programmed, right? Your whole life, you've been programmed to hear these things and think these things and believe these things. And you have to, at the point where you become aware and mindful, you have to decide if these are actually yours. Like, are these actually my opinions or my concerns or my feelings on this matter? And hopefully you're talking to your highest self when you ask those questions. Because the ego is great and all to keep us alive and whatnot. But evolutionarily, we don't really need it as much as we used to. And it's just become a bit of an obstacle to connecting with people and to feeling that love and to feeling that oneness, which I still work on. I'm working on a lot, but I'm happy and I'm loving it and I'm doing it and I'm happy to share it with you. You're not alone in this journey, I'll tell you that much. So, yes, we jumped around a little bit. Babies are geniuses. And they're also so... Okay, here's some more things that babies teach us. Babies have that beginner's mind for everything. And now maybe we're a little bit further than baby and we have language and object permanence and we label things, okay? But imagine you've lived in a bunker and you've always heard about these things called trees. You've always tried to imagine for yourself what it looks like. And then you come up and you're looking around and you're like, what are those things? I don't know what those are. And somebody's like, that's a tree. You're like, no way. And you're examining every bit of it, trying to understand it, and it's incredible. And then you look at the next tree and it's totally different, but it's still a tree, and it's like, what? I think because we expose ourselves to so many things every day, we forget how amazing some of these things are. All of these things can be if you take that extra moment to see it that way. I think we'll leave it at that. Tiny baby habits are masterful agents of giant change. So, publicly, right here, right now, I want you to drop one tiny change you're committing to today. Let's make it real. And subscribe if you want more encouragement and to be joined on this journey to enlightenment, if you will. If you liked this one, you'll love this one.